Did your child's father give you princess treatment?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why did y'all not
Yeah.
work out again?
I just don't think that we were so if I'm being honest, so when I got into real estate, we were together and we started doing business together. And I feel like our relationship became more about business rather than the personal. And he's like a really business driven individual. So like he wake up thinking about business, he go to sleep thinking about business. And it stopped being romantic and it started to be like a business partnership. And I didn't like it. I don't think he enjoyed it. And I also think that we just grew apart ultimately. I think that we did stuff to try to rekindle the relationship, but I just don't think that God pulled us apart.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got Kendra G. And we got a chick here who wants a man to make $200K, and she got 2 kids. And the crazy thing is, man, we always see this. We see this every single time. But for sisters, man, to come up here and try to look for a man, don't you think it would be smart to come prepared, come to this like you're actually going to an interview, because this is an interview? How you're dressed, how you're acting, people are going to want to see that, and that's going to get you a man or not. But y'all about to see what I'm talking about. But before we get into that, man, do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe.
Hello, what you doing, girl?
I'm cooking.
What you cooking, girl? Greens, macaroni and cheese. Collard, what you making? Cornbread. What you cooking?
I'm making some lamb chops and some mashed potatoes.
Ooh, lamb chops and mashed potatoes. Fellas, you already know she could cook. She came on.
You wouldn't go to a job interview cooking. So why would you come up on here cooking? Now, here's the thing, right? Now, I know some people gonna be like, well, don't you want women to know how to cook? Yes, but you don't come to an interview cooking. You don't come to a virtual interview cooking. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. Right? So obviously you're not taking it serious. And she's hella comfortable. And I mean, I low-key like the fact that she's hella comfortable, but god dog, like, be more presentable. But see, this is nigga-ish. Let's be real. This is nigga-ish.
Cooking, child.
That is so funny. I literally was like, this lady ain't about to pick me.
We did. What's your name, honey?
Hi, Kendra. My name is Tasha.
Tasha, where you calling me from?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona. How old are you?
I'm 33.
33. What you do for a living?
I'm a realtor and a real estate investor.
Realtor and a real estate investor. You have any kids?
I do. I have 2 boys. My oldest is 12. My youngest is 1.
You have a 1-year-old?
Yes.
Are they by the same man?
Yes.
Why y'all not together? You had a baby a year ago.
Because I feel like we got together when we were so young. We didn't really know what we wanted in a relationship. We didn't know what it entailed. And so as we gotten older, we started to grow apart. We weren't growing together. So it just wasn't working out.
So she said a 12-year-old and a 1-year-old, right? That's what they've been together for a long time. And you mean to tell me you can't make that work? You got 2 kids, and the last kid that you had was a year ago? Come on, you can't make that up. You can't make this up, man. Why would you want to give that man up? I would say you got to make that work. I would say make that work. Why would you want to make that work? You have a whole live man who's sitting over here, gave you 2 kids. Y'all been together for this long, you gotta make it work. You gotta make it work. But once again, we're living in a time, man, where women can just say, hey, man, look, good men aren't enough.
When I say a good man, I mean like he's good. That means all around. That means himself, spiritually, mentally, physically.
That's great.
Healthily, like he's a good man.
That doesn't mean that he's the man for you.
And I in my opinion, right? Like I said, you gotta hear this. You gotta hear this. Hear the man's side of the story too. But from looking at it, you gave up on something good. You know what I'm saying? You gave up on something good, right? And maybe she don't want to bash her baby father, but the fact that, like I said, you've been together for this long and you got 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? You just had a kid with this man. You might as well make it work. But like I said, we live in a time where women say good men aren't enough. Oh, well, who cares for good men? Well, I need somebody who's going to be making this amount. Well, you know what? Hey, 2 years into 2 years, 3 years, 7 years in a marriage, well, you know what? Don't even want to. I don't love him anymore. I think time just grew us apart. Like, bro, come on, man. It's a piss poor excuse to say, well, you know what? I felt like we were young, so you know, I didn't want to deal with him anymore. It's a piss poor excuse.
When is y'all break up?
In 2021.
Okay. Have you guys ever been married?
No.
No. Okay. So this is Tasha, Phoenix, Arizona, 33, real estate agent and real estate investor, has 2 children, 12 and 1. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Taurus.
When's your birthday?
April 20th.
Okay. I'm a Taurus baby too.
Really?
I'm a bit May 7th is my birthday.
Okay.
Let's get to it, Tasha. What kind of man you looking for?
So I want somebody whole, first and foremost. I don't want no broken man, no way, no shape, form. Don't come to me with no broken pockets, broken heart, broken mentality.
Wait, you said no waiting on State Farm?
I said no way, shape, or form.
Oh, no way, shape, or form. Okay.
Yeah, come to me whole. Like, I want somebody who is stable, financially literate, who is I prefer a business owner, entrepreneur, because what I do, like, I'm an entrepreneur, and I just don't feel like I would be good with somebody who is not, simply because I take a lot of risks. And I just want my person to understand the risk that is involved with being an entrepreneur. So I prefer somebody who is a business owner, God-fearing, absolutely. He has to be God-fearing. And what I mean by God-fearing is, like, you know your Bible, you know what it's not, don't try to use it to manipulate me and get me to do what you want, like you actually practice. Granted, we're all gonna fall short, because I'm not perfect, and I'm not gonna ever make it seem like I'm just a perfect Christian. However, I do try to, you know, do what's right and be right with God. He has to pray. He has to know how to pray. He has to know how to lead. He has to be a good role model, because I have 2 young Black boys. So he has to be a good role model, although their father is in the picture and he's an amazing father.
And I'm just asking. Any man that's making 200K, that's going to be making 200K, do you really think he's going to be wanting to deal with that? Right now, I'm not saying what she's asking for is bad. Maybe once you start asking for 200K, but you know what I'm saying, you know, what she's asking for a pretty competent guy. I mean, what woman doesn't want a competent guy? But to be making 200K, it's going to be kind of hard, because once again, you're talking about a 10%er. But I mean, hey.
But if you're going to be around my kids, you got to be a good role model. Princess treatment is required. It is.
What is princess treatment? Detail what princess treatment is to you?
Being spoiled. I like to be spoiled. I like I like to be able to be soft. I like to be able to be within my feminine self. You know, I feel like I'm at peace. I'm single, I'm at peace. So if you take me out of my element and you take me where I have to put back on my grizzly face, or I have to be this.
So she just pretty much suggesting that she was masculine before. I mean, hey, you can always take into account. That's probably why it didn't work with the guy. That's why I say you always got to get, there's always 2 sides to one story. There's always 2 sides to one story. So that's why you got to get the man's side too, right? I'm in my feminine space now. You know, I'm a single Black woman. I'm in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? I'm making some good money. So now I need somebody that's on my level. I need somebody that's going to make me a princess. But once again, make me feel like a princess. Make it spoil me and shit. But you know what I'm saying? He got to take care of 2 kids, right? He got to take care of 2 kids. And this is why she's kind of giving me the, you know, I'm high maintenance vibe. She's giving me the high maintenance vibe, in my opinion. And you'll be stupid to sit over here and say, no, she's not. But I mean, you're going to have some sisters that's going to say that. But she's giving me the high maintenance vibe.
You know, like something that I'm not, I don't want it. I want to be able to be treated a certain way. Gifts are required, but I also give gifts as well.
Okay. Now listen, let's just jump in here, because I know some men will say you have a 1-year-old. So what do you say to the guy that might be cautious that you have a 1-year-old child?
I mean, I don't really have nothing to say to a person who's cautious about that. Like, you know, I mean, it is what it is. It's unfortunate that his father and I didn't work out. But I don't feel like my person is worried about that. So if it's a person that's worried about that, he's just not my person. Not like, because my baby is my baby. I'm not going to explain, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not anything between my kid's father and I, but I'm also not going to try to make excuses. Like, it is what it is. Like,
did your child's father give you princess treatment?
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah.
And why did y'all not work out again?
I just don't think that we were. So if I'm being honest, so when I got into real estate, we were together and we started doing business together. And I feel like our relationship became more about business rather than the personal. And he's like a really business driven individual. So like, he wake up thinking about business, he go to sleep thinking about business.
So I mean, it just sounded like you had the perfect guy. You just didn't want to get out of your element. From what it sounded like, you just didn't want to get out of your element. And this is where some women you have to take the sacrifice. This is where some women have to take a sacrifice. You have to take the sacrifice. You probably have to say, you know what, let me just take the back seat and let me allow my man to do whatever he got to do. Because if y'all are working, the man is going to have to say so. Right? The man is going to have to say so. But once again, this is what happens. This is what Kevin Samuels say. This is what happens when you date business-minded women. This is what happens when you date career-driven women. Because you're going to run into shit like this. They don't know when to turn this on and off. Right? And when you're doing business with a man, hey, look, he probably could be wrong. I'm not sitting over here saying she can't have her input. But what I'm saying is if you are doing a business with your man, and if you trust him, like you should, if you trust him, you got to allow him to have to say so. You got to take the back seat. And in my opinion, you have to take the back seat. Yes, you got to compromise, but once again, it's the man at the end of the day. And if you're saying he's very driven, he's very business-minded, why not allow him to lead? Why not go ahead and say, you know what, I'm going to fall back and I'm going to allow you to do it because you're the man, you're the leader. Even if it's a business, he's still the man and still the head at the end of the day. So maybe it wasn't him saying, you know what, hey, I'm not taking this as a business or a competition or whatever, as looking at us as business partners, but I am saying, hey, you gotta allow me to lead. And this is why they also say, man, sometimes you can't do business with family or do business with friends. When y'all decide to jump into a business or y'all decide to be partners or whatnot, the man 9 times out of 10 is gonna want to take lead. 9 times out of 10, the man is going to want to take lead, as it should. But like I said, you have women like this who are career driven, who has a business mindset, right? Just don't know when to turn it off. And I feel like she just didn't know when to turn it off. She just did not know when to turn it off. This is your stereotypical strong, independent black woman. I'm just saying. You can get mad, but hey, listen, brothers in the comments, y'all let me know. Brothers in the comments, y'all let me know.
And it stopped being romantic and it started to be like a business partnership. And I didn't like it. I don't think he enjoyed it. And I also think that we just grew apart ultimately. I think that, we did stuff to try to rekindle the relationship, but I just don't.
Once you have kids, it's bigger than you and your man, right? There's plenty of relationships. And I know a lot of you women, oh, that doesn't mean we should like that. We shouldn't be, we shouldn't have to subscribe to that BS, da-da-da. Listen, when you have kids, right, your relationship might not be the best, but staying together and making sure your kid grow up in a 2-parent household, that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. You might not have the best relationship. Make it work, but you might not have the best relationship, but still at the end of the day, you still have a child. And statistically speaking, a child does better in a 2-parent home rather than a 1-parent home. If a child grows up in a 1-parent home, they're more than likely going to be rapists, murderers, stealers, robbers, or whatever.
I think that, God pulled us apart. Long story short, God was like, it's time to go. And when God says it's time to go, it's time to go.
Okay. They said check the lamb chops.
No. That's a piss poor excuse. So guys, understand, she's a high maintenance chick. She is a high maintenance chick that is very career driven, which means she's gonna have a business mindset everywhere she goes. She don't know when to turn that on and off, which is why the relationship didn't work out. Which is why the man said, you know what, hey, this is why I can't do this. This is probably why I cannot do this. And she's trying to say, well, God's saying it's over with. No, God said you need to go ahead and be a traditional woman and just allow your man to take lead. But you didn't want to do that. So, can't put it on God, baby.
Right. Not check the lamb chops.
They said check the lamb chops, girl. Flip them over, girl.
That is not
Put the heat on low, girl. Put the heat on simmer until we done. Don't burn the lamb chops, child.
But they not burning, y'all, I promise. Because I'm a real good cook.
She is
and
a
I
real
feel
good
like
cook.
My husband somewhere eating taco salad, y'all. He gonna be so happy when he find me.
Oh, you got.
Hey man, tell me she does not look like Jukebox from Power and goddamn Jess Hilarious. But oh my god, she look just like them mixed. And they all beautiful. They're all beautiful. And she's a very beautiful black woman too. Do not get me wrong. She's a very attractive black woman. So, I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? I feel like she can get somebody. I feel like she can get somebody. But, you know, it's just high maintenance. High maintenance. Let's be real. I'm calling it. She's high maintenance. She's high maintenance. She's career driven, so she don't know when to turn this. She don't know when to turn it on and off or off. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, she's very beautiful. But you know, and then you got 2 kids, and the last kid you just had was a year ago, and you're 33. You know what I'm saying? Her mindset is not going to change. At this point, it's getting stuck. You know what I'm saying? At this point, it's getting stuck. Hopefully, it changes.
You're gonna upgrade him from taco salad to lamb chops.
I'm telling you, he gonna be so happy.
Okay. So this is Tasha, Phoenix, Arizona, 33. What's the age range you would date?
I would say like 35 to maybe 45.
Okay. Do you want more kids?
No, I don't. I prefer that he come with his own. Okay, I prefer if he has a daughter. I want a little girl so bad. So if I don't, yeah. So have a daughter.
Do you you said he can have kids. Do you want to get married?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay. Does the guy got to make a certain amount of money?
Absolutely. He got to have at least $200,000 a year. Yeah.
$200K. So 150 is not even enough for you.
Really, just because I don't want anybody, like, if I'm being honest, I don't want anybody who makes like less than me. I really feel like when it comes to like the woman that I am, granted, I can't speak for nobody else, but I feel like I want to be able to hold my man to a certain caliber. I want to respect him and I want him to feel like he's the king. So if I'm making more than him, I don't think that he gonna get what he's looking for from me.
So once again, understand that if she's making more than you, right? If she's making more than you, she can't be feminine. So her feminine ways is tied to her money, right? So if she's making more money than you, you're gonna get an aggressive, masculine bitch. Let's just be real. She's telling you this right now. If you're not making over 200K, if you're not making more than her, you're really gonna get Jess Hilarious. You're really gonna get Jess Hilarious. You don't get a disrespectful motherfucker. And I'm not saying Jess Hilarious is disrespectful, but Jess Hilarious does come off as masculine. Let's be real. She come off as very masculine, right? She's coming off, I'm not gonna say masculine, but y'all know how she's coming off. She's saying if you don't make 200K, she's saying you gotta come with your own kids. She don't want kids of her own. Gonna be shit out of luck. And you gotta make more than her. If you ain't making more than her, she's gonna be very masculine, and that's sad. And that's sad. And that's what I'm talking about. And that's what I was talking about earlier, right? Career-driven women aren't going to be feminine, right? She's saying she wants to be feminine. Oh, I'm in my feminine place right now, right? You made yourself feminine, okay? Just because you're by yourself doesn't mean you're feminine, right? Once you're with a man can let you know if you're feminine or not, right? You're not feminine, right? You're not feminine. You just left a man for what? Because you didn't want to take the back seat, because you didn't want to allow him to lead, right? So now you're in this situation, and then you're tying your feminine ways to your money. That's bad. That's bad, right? So let's just say this man he's a good man. He's probably making 80K, 90K, right? Depending on where you living, right? There's a lot of damn places in America that you can live. If you're making 200K, he's making 80K. Unless she plans on moving, I don't know. But if she's making 200K, he's making 80K, $280,000, $300,000. You can make that work, and you can still be feminine, right? And that's the issue that a lot of men have today with women. Women went from staying at home, watching kids, to saying, "Hey, we want to go ahead and be able to vote. We want to be able to work." Yada yada yada. Men were behind that. Cool, let's go ahead and get behind that. Let's let women work, shoot, yada, bring some money, bring a second income home. Fast forward. Now they're sitting over here saying, well, you know what? Now that we're working, we shouldn't have to come home and be cleaning dishes. Y'all should be able to do the same thing. And it's like, bro, you can't do that. Now you're trying to switch roles, right? And if y'all want to be honest, throughout the years since first wave feminism, men roles have never changed. Only women's roles have changed, right? They sat up here, they went from being at home mothers all damn day to now working, bringing in second income, to now being boss babes and trying to run companies or whatever, right? Men roles stayed the same. Women roles changed. We see it today. Now we got a bunch of women sitting over here being promiscuous, getting done in dirty in their 20s, and then sitting over here saying, you know, hey, I done found God in my 30s. Gotta learn how to be feminine. And you got these women who make tons and tons and tons of money, which Kevin Samuels have been saying. Now you got this. Now we got to deal with this, right? Now we got to deal with a woman like this. Who's saying, if you can't make more than me, I can't be feminine to you.
So are you essentially saying you wouldn't respect him as much if he made less money than you?
I'm not saying that, but I feel like I know that, you know, sometimes men have, it could be intimidating dating a woman who probably does make more than them. I have had guys who I was dating and I made more than them, and it was intimidating. And they were real, you know, it just wasn't fun. Like when it came to financial conversations, it wasn't fun because they thought I was judging them, and I wasn't. But it just wasn't pleasant.
Okay.
And that's where you have to, I mean, like, and I get where she's coming from. And you know what I'm saying? You have to get where she's coming from because, yes, for some men, they might get jealous. I mean, shoot, I probably would too. Let's just be real. Because a main goal is to be bringing the most in the household, right? He wants to be bringing in the bread and the butter, right? So yes, of course, sometimes it might strike a man's ego, you know what I'm saying? But once again, if you are feminine, right, he doesn't have to worry about that. Right? That's where you have to become feminine. You're supposed to be feminine regardless. But when you have women who make tons and tons and tons of money, they're going to be looking for a certain type of guy. They're going to be looking for a guy who's making that same amount of money. Right? And if they ain't making that same amount of money, a woman's going to be walking all over you.
Your child's father make $200K?
He made more than that. We made more than that together. Yeah.
Okay. So $200K is what it is. The $100K, you can't even do that.
No.
Laughs, child. 100K gets laughs, child.
No, it's not. It gets laughs. Stop it. It's not that. Like 100K is good money. You know, you have to have, like, I just want somebody who is established. You know, like I said, I'm coming home. I make good money. And I'm not asking for more than what I can give out. Like I definitely on a good year make more than 200. So I just feel like, you know, I'm ready to go to that next level. I don't want to be stagnant. I don't want to rebuild with nobody.
She don't want to take the back seat. That's all this is, bro. Too much pride. She does not want to take the back seat. She does not know when to turn it off. You sat over, you had the man of your dreams. You had the man that pretty much any woman would want, making all this money. He's making more than you. He pretty much chucks off everything. But somehow guys say y'all wasn't together, that y'all shouldn't be together. That's crazy. But y'all was business partners. You sat up here and said, you know what? Nah, I don't want to take the back seat. So guess what? We're gonna argue about this. Boom. Now y'all not together, right? Because you didn't want to sit over here and allow your man to leave. Then you sitting up here saying, well, if he ain't making as much money as I am, there's no way I can be feminine to him. She just do not want to be a feminine woman, and that's her issue. I mean, I'm calling it out for what it is. That's her issue.
I'm sorry. Like, I feel like I did that with my kid's father, where we started from the ground and we worked our way up. So I just want my person to come in and meet me where I'm at, and we just ride the wave up.
Let's do the Kendra Campbell. Like you
okay
already though. We can kind of tell you look good.
Thank you.
Like you're small. You're petite.
I'm very petite. I'm 125, 130 on a good day.
Okay.
5'2".
Does the guy have to be in Phoenix, Arizona?
No, I prefer that he's not.
So would you relocate?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So was your last relationship your child's father?
Yes.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
A long time ago.
Okay. So Tasha, Phoenix, Arizona, real estate investor, does real estate, 33, a Taurus, 2 children, 12 and 1. She'll date 35 to 45. Why do you think you're single?
I feel like I'm single because after my relationship with my kid's father, I did not.
And we're going to leave it there, man. But like I said, man, brothers, y'all leave comments down below, man. Y'all let me know. I already know y'all brothers going to let me know. But let me know down below, man. How do y'all feel about this sister? What type of vibes are y'all getting from this sister? I'm getting a woman who is high maintenance, who is career driven, who does not know when to turn it off. She does not know when to turn it off, okay? Right? 33 years of age, got 2 kids. The last kid she had was a whole year ago. And you know what I'm saying? If you are not making as much money as her, if you're not making more money than her, she is going to treat you like a bitch. Let's just be real. She's not going to be feminine with you, right? So you're pretty much going to be the feminine one in the household. That's an issue, right? And she obviously don't know when to say, you know what, hey, let me go ahead and fall back. Let me fall back. That's an issue, man. That's an issue, right? Got to take her to be single with 2 kids, man. Sit on here and say, let me go ahead. I'm in my feminine place now. No, a man is going to make you feminine, right? You should be feminine off rip, to be honest with you, right? But once you get into the relationship, a man should be able to make you feminine. You're supposed to be feminine. But y'all do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a subscribe.